Hey guys, it's FastSHoe here from the Retro Club, and today we'll be playing Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64. And just to tell you, I did some editing on it because sometimes the game would crash or something. So if there's a part where the moves kind of seem a little bit off, that was just me editing it. And so at the moment, we are playing as Pikachu, as you can see, and we'll just be playing the little campaign part, but we won't unlock any of the characters because I already have unlocked Jigglypuff, which means you can't unlock it from the campaign again unless I restart. Don't really want to do that, so we won't be unlocking any characters today, but we will be beating the game. And a brief history on the Super Smash Bros. Franchise. This N64 is the first game. Super Smash Bros. N64 was the first Super Smash Bros. Game. Super Smash Bros. Has been released on the N64, the GameCube, the Wii, and the Wii U. And the GameCube one was Melee, which had a wide range of characters, much more than the N64, but some of those characters were questionable, such as Pichu. They already had the evolution of Pichu, which is Pikachu, as I am playing as now. So they really did not need to add Pichu in, and at least they got rid of Pichu in Brawl. And in Brawl, which is the one on the Wii, it's personally my favourite, but a lot of people don't agree with it. A lot of people say Brawl's the worst, but I don't mind. It's your opinion, so guess you're entitled to your own opinion. Now the one after that has, I reckon, the worst name. Super Smash Bros. 4. It's on the Wii U. But why Super Smash Bros. 4? They already had Brawl and Melee, so they could have called it something cool like Super Smash Bros. Fighter or something. But no, they just went to 4. How basic is that? But I don't know. Now, a lot of N64 games were 3D, such as Super Mario N64. And it was kind of surprising how this was not a 3D game. But imagine if Super Smash Bros. Was 3D. It'd be like a 3D sumo wrestler thing, which could be quite interesting. Maybe they could have added two game modes, the 2D and the 3D, but I guess Nintendo didn't think of it or something. So we should be done with these Yoshis quite soon, but there's a lot of different characters now in Smash 4, and they have the Wii Fit trainer, and they only have the female Wii Fit trainer, not the male. So I don't know why they didn't get the male one, but I guess not many people really liked the Wii Fit trainer, so it became rare. But now people want it because it's rare. So, and more on Amiibo. Apparently, someone ordered 250,000 Rosalina and Luma Amiibos because he said that he doesn't like those two and that Rosalina is overrated and the fans should not have Rosalina Amiibos. So he just bought a whole bunch of those amiibos. And yeah, it's quite interesting. I don't know why would anyone do that. But also on the Super Smash Bros. 4, you have the duck hunt, which consists of the dog and the duck. And they said this is an amazing trio, or something along like that. But trio, isn't it just the dog and the duck? The trio is actually the person who has the NES gun shooting. That's why at some of the moves that can happen is just a random gun shooting. So that's why it's called a trio, if any of you were wondering. So yeah. So just gotta beat Star Fox. But Star Fox is an interesting character in this game. He has different abilities to most people. One of which, he doesn't really need his shield, but he still has it. Because he has this hexagon thing, which if he does, I'll show you again. I'll tell you when he does it. Yeah, just then he did it. And then he uses your own attack against you, which can be annoying sometimes. So he doesn't really need the shield. But he should just be about done. And goodbye. So up next, we do have a bonus stage, breaking the targets, which I'm not gonna do. That takes too long. And yeah. If you want to see me do it, comment down below and how to unlock all the characters in this game. But I prefer just to make this go quick and just so you can see all the fights. So now we have an ally who is Kirby. We have to verse the Mario Bros. With Luigi. You know Mario Kart 8, is it Mario Kart 8? I'm pretty sure it is, but Luigi has that death stare. That's kind of cool. Now, this map is called Peach's Castle, so it's implying that little thin thing is Peach's Castle. But if you look in the background, you can see a giant Peach Castle, which looks like the one from the N64 game. So, I don't know why it's called Peach's Castle, but I guess that's what they named it. I reckon they could have made this map a little bit cooler, because it is, well, Peach's Castle. And in the N64 game, it was pretty cool. So now we're going to verse Pikachu with a party hat on. And this is probably my favourite stage out of all the N64 stages. Because it has Pokemon that just comes out of nowhere. Well, out of that little kind of room thing, which you'll see in a moment while we are fighting this Pikachu. And in Melee, I still don't get why they put Pichu in. I know I'm going on about it, but Pichu, they could have put, well, they end up putting in Charizard, but they could have put in Charmander, Squirtle, or like a cool starter that everyone knows, or maybe like a Mew or something, which most people know. See, there's those Pokemon that come out of nowhere. How did I even die then though? I just like fell down. Well, that wasn't that good. I could have probably saved myself then. As we get on to beating this Pikachu with a party hat. So, you better win, my Pikachu. Versing Pikachu. I don't get why I keep dying here. And I still don't understand what some of those Pokemon do. Like, some of them are pretty boring that come out like that Pokemon just then. I'm not sure what it's called. Is it like Polygon or something? I don't really know. But At least they put Pikachu in there instead of that Pokemon. That would have been funny if they had that. But the attacks probably wouldn't be good. What if they put a Magikarp in there? That would have been funny. Magikarp, you splash. It was ineffective. But they could have put the evolution of Pikachu in there as well, Raichu. So I don't get why they just put in Pikachu and not Raichu. Like, I mean, they both would have been bad. They should have just stuck with Pikachu and not worry about any other Pokemon, because they already had Pikachu and Jigglypuff, which most people know. Okay, we just went on to beat it. And now we are versing Giant Donkey Kong. Now, a little bit of trivia. The first game that Mario was in was not actually Super Mario Bros. Or Mario Bros. Or anything like that, but it was actually Donkey Kong. He wasn't called Mario then, though. He was called Mr. Game, Mr. Video Game, and had a few names, but not Mario. Well, but for the Super Mario Bros. Franchise, they finally decided on calling him Mario. Because if he was called Mr. Game, that would have been weird, because then there would have also been Mr. Game & Watch. But that's none of my problem. At least they called him Mario. Hee. And we've got another challenge, which I'm not gonna do, but this is kind of my favorite challenge out of all of them. Let's go back Pikachu. We're not doing this. Yeah, okay. Oh no, Pikachu! Save yourself. That's really cool how they do that lightning bolt down the side of the wall. I really like that. Okay, now we're versing the 8 Kirby's. Now, this is probably my favorite, like, multiple person thing, because it's like you're versing all the characters, because Kirby can, like, suck up all the characters. But with their own unique Kirby ability stuff. But I don't really like what the Donkey Kong Kirby looks like. It kind of just, I don't know, I just don't really like it. But I do like, oh yes, okay, we got a Pokeball. Use the Pokeball, but I do like the Mario one. And was that a Hitmonlee or something? I think it was. And then we have a Link Kirby. Out of all the characters they had with the N64 and previous things, I'm surprised they didn't put more characters in. Like, they only put in 8, I believe. Which you would have thought, because they had Mario and Luigi, which you thought they might have put in Bowser, but they eventually did and stuff. And they had Link and no one else from the franchise. But now the Super Smash Bros. Franchise has so many... Oh my gosh, how did I just die? Has so many characters, it's not funny. And some need to be there and some don't. But comment down below what are some of the amiibos you think should be in Super Smash, or like more characters in Super Smash that you think are needed or not needed. Personally, I reckon it would be cool to have like a Goomba, like a giant Goomba or King Boo or something in the Super Smash Bros. Like, I mean, a giant Goomba, that would have been really cool, but yet I don't know what his attacks would be like. I mean, he could do that Kirby ability which creates a giant wall kind of thing. But there's not much he could do. The face in the tree is glitching a little bit, which is kind of funny. But oh my gosh, it's a Pikachu Kirby, which we just beat. Yay, we won. Now we are versing, drumroll, Samus, who is a girl. Amazing. I was watching this Nintendo thing on YouTube talking about things needed in the game, and one of them they were going on about Metroid and stuff, which is obviously the game Samus is in. But the guy said in the video, it would be cool to have, like, I can't remember his exact words or what he was talking about, but he said it would be cool to have that guy from Metroid in Super Smash or something, which Samus was pretty sure was in Super Smash if she was in the N64 one. But she said she should be. He said he should be in Super Smash, not she. Samus is a girl. I know. Kind of weird. And you know the tiers, like, which tells you how good a character is and stuff? Well, I don't get how 0 Point Samus is better than normal Samus, because wouldn't Samus in full giant metal armor with a giant, like, blaster on her arm be better than just one in a 0 Point suit? But apparently not. So, I don't know who creates the tiers or how they work, but some are quite interesting and quite confusing for me. But most fighting games have quite unfair characters, like some are OP and some are not good. OP stands for overpowered, by the way. Like in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, they had this one character, Meta Knight. Okay, most people know Meta Knight, but Meta Knight was overpowered. In fact, he was in his own tier, SS. He was the only one in that tier. That's how good he was. So, I don't know why Nintendo had to make Meta Knight so overpowered and make other characters underpowered. Now, what I think is cool that Nintendo is doing is that they are creating amiibos, but some amiibos are a little bit different to others, such as the Yoshi Woolly World amiibos, which are like soft plush toys instead of these action figures. And my favourite one is the blue one, but they also made a giant green one, which the amiibo thing is on the foot, which is pretty cool. And we just won. Off to the next challenge, which is another stage thing, which I will have to beat because I can't really figure out any way how to start unless I die from one of these fighting guys, which would probably take longer than it would for me to just die normally. See, I'm trying to die now, but I'm just taking damage and probably doesn't matter. It will probably be quicker if I just speed it. I love this like battle wall thing. It kind of reminds me of the old Donkey Kong game, where like you're Mario and you have to jump over the barrels while Donkey Kong's throwing them down. But this part where they knock you back. This part is like pretty cool how they, like, I don't know, they just did really good challenges in this game. Like, break the targets, yeah, you could kind of understand that would probably be in the game. But stepping on the platforms, that was definitely different. And also, that last one we just did was pretty cool. Now we have to verse all these polygon characters. And imagine if they made a amiibo for these characters. That'd be cool. By the way, the plural for amiibo is amiibo. Like the plural for Lego is Lego. You can kind of find out that from Nintendo or Lego, depending on which one you want to find out for. And some of these characters, like, is that one at the top meant to be a Yoshi or what? Because this looks like a demon dinosaur raptor thing from Jurassic Park, not really like a friendly Yoshi. Like, obviously, that giant guy's a Donkey Kong, but some of them are kind of confusing. And what I kind of like about Smash 4 is, you have the same characters, just with, like, different lookalikes. So, you have the Koopa kids, like, you have Bowser Jr., which can look like any of the Koopa kids, which is pretty cool. I like how they added that in, instead of making an amiibo for each one of the Koopa kids, and that would have just fought exactly the same. So I'm glad Nintendo did that. But hopefully on the NX in Smash 5, the NX is going to be the new console, which is coming out later this year, if you're watching in 2016. So the NX, hopefully when they make Smash 5 or whatever they're going to call it, they will have Splatoon amiibos, which can work on the Super Smash Bros. Like, I know they already have Splatoon amiibos, but, like, I reckon it would be cool. But maybe the could be like the kid turning into a squid or something. I reckon, and they should use some of the most iconic, like, kind of blasters, paint blasters and stuff. So maybe the roller and a paint gun or something. I'm not sure, but we're on to the final stage, the boss, which is obviously Master Hand. And obviously in the later games, they have created Crazy Hand, which works with Master Hand, but hopefully we should be able to beat Master Hand. So Pikachu jump, and I don't get why it's called Master Hand. It's more like a glove than a hand. But yeah, I kind of do get why it's called Master Hand. But I kind of like how, like, all these, like, characters are toys and stuff. So they're not like the real things, they're just toys. So, like, this is obviously in a different world where it's kind of like our world, where we have toys of different stuff. Like, what they eventually did was they created the amiibo, which kind of made the toys thing even more realistic, which is pretty cool and clever. Although Nintendo weren't the first to use toys as characters in games, but I like how Nintendo did. It's kind of different, but now everyone's doing it. Like, Lego just created Lego Dimensions, which does it. But I kind of like how you can use amiibo for different games, because if it was just in one game, then I reckon it would have been a rip-off, which some amiibo I believe are, but most amiibo are in a few games, which is good. But I wish they would restock the rare amiibos, so people who collected amiibo collect them. I do not have a 3DS or Wii U, so I don't have any amiibo except for one, which the Rice Bros 3000 gave me. A Captain Falcon. Falcon Punch, but yeah, so if you're wondering how I know so much about amiibo and I don't have any. I don't know. I just watch a lot of fact things on YouTube whenever I'm bored. So we should be able to beat Master Hand. He's getting low. And Pikachu is probably going to die randomly before we even beat Master Hand, because that's what Pikachu does. Oh, computer, can you stop doing that? Some of those I had to edit out, but if I end up editing out all of them, and you don't know what I'm going crazy at, it's like when you press the F3 on a MacBook Pro, which makes all the things split up and stuff. So we have just beat the game. As you can see, game clear, and we beat it on easy because I'm really bad. And we see Pikachu is just a toy, and I kind of like how I reckon they should have made a course where it's like on your desk and there's like pencils and stuff that you can crawl on and stuff. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later.